I think the funniest thing that ever happened down there, though, I came in one day and I'm walking down the hall, sort of humming to myself, everything's going pretty good for a while, and I'm coming toward Edith's office, and from her office I hear the sound of a muffled thud. Sort of a dead thump, 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 thump. Just sort of muffled thud. Now, I normally don't pay a lot of attention to muffled thuds. Very few muffled thuds have ever blessed my life. I generally just acknowledge it mentally, say, behold, a muffled thud, and, kind of move on. Really, you go around pondering muffled thuds and you'll waste ponders. It isn't worth it. So I start to say, behold, a muffled thud. And about the time I get even with her door, I hear Edith start laughing uncontrollably. Now I care what the muffled thud is. So I go charging in, and there's Edith across her desk, pounding her fist, slumped in hysterical laughter. Just screaming. Now, the background of the story is this. Edith was the director of the beginner primary nursery kindergarten division of the church, the little dinky dudes. And she had a policy that if you came into Sunday school and brought your baby and he was wearing the little ruffly diaper covers, 3 snaps on each hip, smelling of Johnson's, hopefully. More of you work in a nursery than I realize. Well, anyhow, the directions back in the nursery are remove the ruffly snap-ons from these children and replace it with a clear plastic see-through church-owned diaper cover. Church and Sunday school are over, they remove the clear plastic, they slide on this the parents' ruffly job, snap it in place, salt him with the little Johnsons, and you now ready to try to beat the Methodists to the Piccadilly cafeteria. And the Methodists cheat and start early. That bugs me. Anybody thinks that church ought to start at 10:30 has got to be weird. Probably the kind of people that would throw water on you and say that's plenty, Oh, don't do that. Now, Methodists, I just love to tease Methodists. My mother was a Methodist. My mother-in-law was a Methodist. I got Methodist kinfolks all there, and I love to tease them at reunions, and remind them that the word baptize means to put them under till they bubble. It does. That's literally what it means. How in the world do you think John the Baptist could march somebody 3 miles out to the river, wade him in up to his ankles, and throw a little on and say, that'll do? His name was not John the Sprinkler. Just remember that. Just remember that. Pardon me for getting off on that, but I have sort of a burning zeal if I can just help one Methodist. Just one Methodist. Well, anyhow, Edith has a policy that they're supposed to remove the plastic and re-ruffle your kid, okay? Occasionally, our minister would dismiss services early, which is 12:20, 12:25. Well, really, we didn't like 7th and James Baptist Church to know we didn't go into extra innings. It's kind of embarrassing if you got out before they did. And so anyhow, we would all dash out of church. Now, the ladies in the nursery wouldn't be prepared for this thundering herd of parents charging down the halls, fighting each other off with purses and Bibles, trying to grab their kids and be first one to the station wagon. And it was always kind of fun to be back by the window watching when the parents ran up. They'd charge up to that Dutch door, say, give me a kid, just any kid, I don't care, Okay, I'll take the redhead. I wanted a redhead. Come on, they would tear off. What's happening? Parents are grabbing the children and leaving before the ladies in the nursery can get the ruffles back on and, keep the plastic for the church. We were losing clear plastic diaper covers every Sunday. We're down to 6. That wouldn't get us through a rainy Tuesday. So Edith decided she's going to straighten this out once and for all. Went down to Woolworth's and bought 6 dozen brand new clear plastic diaper covers, 72 of those things. Brought them out and put them on her desk in 6 neat stacks and was determined that if you got away with one of those things, you were going to know it belonged to the First Baptist Church. And if you didn't bring it back, it was on your conscience. In that spirit, Edith is sitting there at her desk with a rubber stamp with the name of the First Baptist Church on it and a purple indelible ink pad. And that's the sounds you hear as you're coming down the hall. The muffled thud, pa-dum-pow, is Edith rubber stamping diaper cover. Then she started laughing. What happened was she got the wrong rubber stamp and was hitting every one of them for deposit only, which is true.